Are you going to come into the video? Are you coming?
I need a kiss.
You need a kiss already.
I need a kiss. My foot is so...
Which one?
It's this one.
Which is this one? Mwah.
No.
Oh, which one? Which one? Where?
It's this one.
Mwah. Right, you stand here, right? We're going to say...
One.
Hi everybody. This is James and... This is James and Jamesy, and today we're going to be doing some family fitness for Glenboy Primary Health Week. We've also got Roddy. I don't know why, but we do. So who are you? Jamesy and Roddy and Dada. Okay, so we're going to do some family fitness. We've got a wide range of different activities, and we'll see if we can keep James Jr. involved. Don't touch the camera! Okay, so as everyone knows that comes to Glenboy Boot Camp and Body Hit, you always need to do a good warm-up before you start your exercise. What me and James like to do is to do running games around the house. Is that right, James?
Yes.
Are we going to go running?
One.
Okay, see you in a minute. Come tell them. What are you going to say? Have a wee drink after your warm-up, okay? Well done, everybody. Alright, now that James Jr. is all tired out from doing the running, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the stretches that you can do as a family or on your own. It doesn't matter whether this is being watched by an adult, child, teenager, anyone. Stretching is a really important part of maintaining and strengthening your movements. It helps give you balance, coordination, agility, all the things that can help you move around and complete your daily tasks, or help you improve your fitness and actually become stronger at what you're trying to do. So I'm going to go through a few stretches. James Jr. might join in, he's been given the chance to. If he doesn't want to join in, he doesn't have to join in. But usually he just likes to play, and I try and make the stretches fun for him to become involved in so I can keep working out. Definitely my wife, when she's trying to exercise, can't do it around James on her own. He's just climbing all over her, that sort of thing. I'm a little bit stronger, so I try and use him to make my exercises that bit harder. Okay, but first off, all you need to do is a little space. I'm just moving back a little bit here. We're just going to go through some of the very simple stretches that you can perform in the house on your own without needing anyone else here to help you. So I'm going to start off at the bottom of the body and move up to the top. First of all, I'm just going to point out my leg to the side. I'm going to do a little stretch of my calf. All I'm doing is pointing my toe, reaching down towards my foot, and see if I can touch my calf. You can feel the stretch all the way down this part of the leg. And we can just swap. James, you want to come join in? So he's playing with Thomas instead, but I think that's a good deal. Okay, so that's the calf. The calf one can also be done against the wall. If you imagine if I'm pushing up against the wall here, I can adopt this position, push into the wall, and my back foot here is staying flat to the ground, and we're able to push and create a stretch down the leg. So imagine if I'm pushing off against the wall, really leaning into the wall, keeping my back foot straight, heel down to the floor, and getting a good stretch down my calf muscle there. Okay, next one, we'll go to our hamstrings. Now there's loads of different ways you can do this, but especially with little people, we can sit on the floor and do a stretch like this. It's quite easy to do. They might find it fun too. So I'm just sitting here, just kind of legs open, and I'm just going to lean forward to try and touch either toe. And here he comes. You want to do some too? You sit in between my legs. Legs akimbo. Right, we're going to touch our toes, and then we're going to move away and try and touch both hands onto one and both hands onto the other. Or we can lean forwards and touch our little boy's toes. So I'll do through that again. I'm just going to lean forward and try and touch either toe with separate hands. Come back the way, keep a straight back, then lean forward, touch all my right toes, sit back, touch on my left toes, and then I can lean forward and tickle some little toes. There's the hamstring. Okay, up on our feet again, and we're going to stand on one leg to do a quad stretch this time. So James, you want to try it too? So I'm going to hold one leg. I'm holding my ankle, standing up tall, and pulling this ankle back towards my bum, and it stretches my quad muscle, which is this one down here. You've probably seen the footballers do this one, it's quite popular, but it's just a stretch of that muscle at the front of your thigh towards your quad. And just the same on both sides. Now this is the one that might attract James Jr.'s attention. So I'm going to do a lunge. Which way am I going to start? This way. I'm going to do a long lunge here, and James likes this because it's a tunnel to go through. So this is where we can start having a bit more fun with the little ones in the house to help you get space and time to do stretching, because he likes to run through the tunnel and it creates a good shape for him to fall. Ow, that's my bum. Sometimes if I get too low, he might fall over. Could be a bit dangerous for the dads, so just be careful. I'm going to try it along the other side. You going to do the stretch too, or are you just going through the tunnel? Oh, okay, you go through the tunnel. Ow! Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, this stretch is a stretch for down your groin, and you'll feel it in the muscles just at the front of your hip. It's out where you're going to stretch. Watch where your head goes as well, please, James. Okay, good. That's enough of the legs. We're going to move on to the upper body. Ready? We're going to go touch both toes, and then touch all this toes, touch all that toes, and then touch little toes. Good boy. Okay, for the upper body we're going to do some simple little side bends just to stretch your middle section, which is called the core. So James, let's do this one too with me. We're going to put our hands up above our head and lean to the side and come back. Hands up, let him through the middle and lean over this side. Do it one more time both ways. No, not lunges here, we're doing side bends. And lunge to this side. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to do our shoulders. You want to do your shoulders too? And we're just going to do a little one I call back slappers. James might join in with this one too, will you, James? Or you want to do some windmills? Like this, big wide circles. Moving backwards, these are really good for your shoulder. Making sure your shoulder joint has a full big range of movement. And lastly, we're going to do a little bit with the neck. So all I want you to do with the neck is to take a hand on the head, and we're just going to pull it slightly to the side. Just for a little while, and then swap.
Swap.
Yeah, and then swap again.
Swap.
And swap again. And now, James is wanting you to have a little drink. James, should everyone have a little drink? We'll have a wee drink of water. So if you've got your water, now that you've done your stretches, it's time to have a little drink. James, you're going to have one too? Alright, now that James has had a good warm up, I've done all my stretches, he now wanted to show you his favourite bit of yoga pose. We're going to do a bit of daddy and son yoga. So you can do that in any older siblings, younger siblings, mums, dads, granddads, whoever it is. We can do a little bit of fun yoga. So James, do you want to show everyone flying Jamesy pose? Okay, Dad's lying back. Oh, where do you go? So James climbs up. There you go, all climbed. What do we say here? Namaste. Then what do we do? Flat, flat, flying Jamesy pose, and oh, face plant into Dad. Going to try again to show them again? So Mum or Dad lies on the floor, Grandma, Granddad, whoever lies on the floor. Little one climbs up. Sit up. Come on, big climb. So it's really testing your little one's climbing skills. Say Namaste with good balance. We flap our wings and oh. And that is about as much fun yoga as we can have with this little fella. But we are going to do, one last time, we are going to do some other strength exercises involving the little one too. Last time. Climb up. Climb up, go on. Namaste. flat, flat, flat. And... Okay, now that we've done our yoga, it's probably time more for mums or dads, whoever, to get their own strength training in. So we've done a warm-up, we've done our stretches, we've done a little bit of yoga. There is a lot more yoga to be found. But James really enjoys to practice his balancing skills on my back whilst we're doing some exercises like planks, push-ups, leg raises and squats. These are very basic sort of foundational exercises that you can do in the house with no equipment. They don't cost you a thing, but they're very, very beneficial to you. So James, shall we show people a plank first? So for the plank exercise, you can't see my feet, but I'm standing on my toes and I'm holding my arms and my body weight. And you see my middle section, I'm not like this. I have to hold it up the way. It's even when James adds extra weight to it, I have to keep this up here. If I let it go under, it's very dangerous to my lower back. And he finds it absolutely hilarious. Okay, for a push-up, I'm going to do a push-up on my knees because it looks better on this video. When James has eventually climbed his way up onto my back, come on, he should be fitter than this, come on. Big climb. You can see the benefits for the little ones of doing this as well. So just a push-up on your knees. And I'm doing the same, that's that plank position where I was holding my stomach in. I'm still holding it here. I'm not letting myself sag. Holding my middle section in. So as James falls down, pull my shorts up after that one. I'm going to start doing my push-ups here. So I can do push-ups here. And it makes his climbing all the harder or all the more fun. I do push-ups here. And James likes it because he gets a little bit of a ride at the same time. And for me, not just when I'm doing push-ups on my knees, but we have the extra resistance of this toddler. You might have older children, you probably do. And they create extra weight too. He really, really enjoys that one. Don't you? Then you do it again. Now that we've done our push-ups and planks, I'm going to show you a little core exercise which is called a knee raise. A lying knee raise. But again, I'm going to have a little friend helping me with it because that's what always happens when I'm doing this exercise. I've always got a little friend here. So I'm going to lie back on the ground. You can just about hear me and see my head. I can shuffle down a bit. Lie back on the ground and James is up here on my legs. So as I drop my legs down to the ground, I'm going to try bring them back. I wouldn't advise us doing this with a toddler until you've had a few goes yourself. But straight legs, legs tucked up. Straight legs, legs tucked up. Okay, this is called the knee raise. Now we can do a harder version. I'm going to have to move back so you can see it. Could you lie the other way? Yeah. You point towards my feet. So you come here. Oh, come on, assistant. There we go. So James is going to lie the opposite way. You hold on to my legs, my feet. And we're going to lift all the way up. And lift down. This is a lot harder. But this is called a leg raise this time. James is full of great encouragement to help me do this one. Very good. One more. Up and down. Good boy. Alright, now that we've done the plank, the push-up, the knee raise, the leg raise, we're going to do some squats and some different variations that we can do with or without a toddler, but I don't have much of a choice today, do I? So, I'm going to stand to the side. I'm going to demonstrate what I like to see in a really good squat. So, a squat involves you bending down, bending at the knee, and standing up straight again. And the crucial facts that we're looking for is that your knees aren't going past your toes. So it's not good for your ankles. We want to keep toes and heels flat to the ground and keep your knees behind your toes. And to do that, your bum has to stick out quite a lot. And we can come back up. Now, easiest way to increase resistance, carry whatever child that you've got available. But if you're not going to do that, a squat is a very good, strong movement, and you can do them at that pace. Or you could do a really, really slow one. Oh, and up. Or, if you're feeling very confident, you look at the camera. If you're feeling very confident, we can do some jumps. Ready, and squat jumps. Even just these little ones. Obviously holding on to your child very securely. Are very good at generating power and balance in your legs. That's all the strength moves that we're going to cover today. Me and James are going to play some ball games now to improve our hand-eye coordination and agility. But what should we do after doing those exercises? What do we need to do? Have a wee drink, everyone. Okay, now that the adults have hopefully had a good workout, me and James are going to play some ball games now in the house. Now, I'm not advocating using ball games in the house. Be very safe with the sort of ball that you can use, or you don't have to use a ball ever. I'm going to give you a few examples of what we can do to play this game. So what I've got behind me is a little bit of an obstacle course on the cushions, and James is already having fun running across all these cushions and trying to climb over the teddy bear too. So I'm going to start using the ball to give him some help. So if there's any footballers out there, people playing ball sports, this is a really good activity to try and help them do what to do. Hey, I've already thrown it away. And James will happily run backwards and forwards going to get this rugby ball. But for the older kids, if this is a little bit babyish, maybe we can start to add different levels of challenge. When you set the cushions up like this behind you, you can create evasion games. You can see James already wants to step on the cushions. You can tell them not to step on the cushions. You can tell them to jump over each cushion or run through the cushions. It can just be like a normal sports training session that you do for football or anything like that, rugby. You can make it all in the house too. Are you bringing these balls back?
Yeah.
And he's on his way now with the balls back too. So James, this time, can you make sure you touch every cushion with your foot when I throw the balls? Ready? Ready, steady, touch every cushion, touch every cushion. Touch every cushion. So with a toddler, this can go anywhere. It doesn't matter what he does as long as we're all having fun together and getting up a bit of a sweat in the house too. There's no reason why, if it's safe to do so, you adults can't have a go at this too, but after what you've done already today, you can have a little bit of a rest here. Now James, if we've done loads of playing games, what do we need to do when we're tired?
Running.
Not more running. Do we need to have a wee drink? Okay, let's have a wee drink and then we're going to move off into our cool down phase. You bringing it?
Okay.
And my assistant brings me the drink. We'll move on to a cool down next. So, James is still playing behind me over here. He's still running around having loads of fun. I'm going to go through some cool down stretches that I do at the end of all my classes. Glenboy Bootcamp and Body Hit, we always do the same sort of stretches to help you cool down. So, Kayla, get everyone. I'm just going to stand to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Just stand with your feet together, your hands together. You're going to interlock your fingers. You're not going to see up at the top all the way, but you're stretching up towards the sky. I'm going to do a big stretch here through the body. From here, separate your hands, and you're just going to try, let yourself drop down towards your toes. You don't have to touch them. I'm not going to try and do that just now, but watch out for little ones pushing. You want to keep your balance, okay? So I'm just letting gravity take myself down to my toes. I'm now going to place both hands either side of my right foot. It might look like my left foot on the video here. So I'm now doing quite a long lunge. And James might come in and get involved in this because it is his favourite thing to try and mess around with. Yep, here he goes. So just doing a lunge on this side. I'm now going to bring my foot back and I'm going to walk my hands and feet up together. This is called a downward dog position. It's a really good stretch for the back of your legs, and it makes another tunnel again, James. But it's also one that he likes to do himself sometimes. Can you show us this one? Maybe not today. Okay, and from here, we're just going to drop down to the floor. And we're just going to sit back on our knees and move our hands out. This is called a child's pose. And we're just going to rest in this little position. It's really good for resetting sort of how your spine sits, especially if you're working from home and looking over at your phone or computer all day. And it's another one to try and get James underneath. Very good. We can come back up now. And you're going to bring the opposite foot through for a lunge on this side. And it's just the same as before. Just a lunge, you can feel this through your groin at the top of your thigh. Whilst the little ones continue to run right, or they can do it with you too. But you know, any kid from sort of 5, 6, 7 above could benefit from doing these stretches, especially when they're going through accelerated growth phases. Well done. Oh, can you get through? Good. Bring your foot back through. Stay, don't straighten your legs yet. You're going to put your fingers underneath your toes this time and try and straighten your hamstrings here. Watch out for any little ones pushing you around. Fingers back together as you stand up. Push them up above your head. And we're going to do one last big breathe out as we finish. All right. Hopefully that has all been really helpful for you to show how we can exercise as a family in the house. all the exercises that I've shown you are used in my classes at Glen Boys Bootcamp and Body Hit, and I'd love to see as many of you new faces as possible to come back to that once we're allowed to go back outside and exercise and meet up together. If I can just say hi to all the little primary school students from Glen Boys Primary that I know. So I've got Grace and Cameron next door. I've got Cooper over on this side, and his little brother Hunter who might be seeing it too. And all the guys that come to class, Heather, Cadwin, Katie, and Keris, and Peyton as well. All these little guys that come to my classes. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you're having a great health week. James, you want to come say bye? No, he's going to run one last time. Okay, you show us one last piece of running. Go!